сказал то же самое, когда мы говорим о кино. Люди, наблюдая группу, героев спасает мир. Когда мир на самом деле окружен болью.
We're here at Midnight Madness, Day 8, and on the screen is your director, a Belarusian masked man who's bringing forth a small Mexican film called Come Out and Play, which itself is a remake of sorts of a very good 1976 Spanish film, Who Can Kill a Child. I don't know how close it's going to be or whatnot, but you can never go wrong with creepy children in your horror movie. I come to these films because I have kids, and it's just strange to watch children being evil on screen. I can remember many years ago when my daughter was an infant, holding her in my arms at night trying to get her to sleep, and her turning around and looking at me with the creepiest look on her face ever. I could not sleep for weeks. It's going to be really fun to watch it with a large audience, hopefully many parents in the audience. I wonder how many of these people know what is actually in store for them for this movie, how many people are aware or have seen the original, and I think we should really talk to them and see what they're expecting and what they think they're in for. What is it about creepy kids that gets your motor running?
What is it about creepy kids that gets your motor running? That's a good question. I don't know, they tend to be the focus of a lot of horror films. You know, there's the film The Children, where it's literally just about the children who turn bad, and it wasn't very good, but I mean, why the children turning against the adults? And why then the moral question of if the adults do anything to protect themselves from the kids, is it wrong?
Would you kill a child? Not a zombie, psychotic, coming at you with sticks child?
As soon as he's a zombie, no question.
Any messing around? Yeah.
As long as it's a zombie.
Hi there, I'm Werner Potgieter, and I've been coming to Midnight Madness for 2 years. My favorite movie is probably Kill List from last year. And my favorite moment is probably just like the whole atmosphere within the theater, everybody cheering and just making noise. Not your typical theater experience. I typically like movies that kind of mess with your mind, more like on the psychological side of things. It's not what I expected last year, but it was still kind of like in my line of movies that I enjoyed. I like horror and action as well, but also like thrillers and some drama as well, kind of stuff that messes with your mind, has a twist ending. And there were quite a few last year as well. For example, You're Next was a good one. It's pretty interesting, like we're usually in line for about 3 hours trying to get into Midnight Madness. It's pretty interesting, like you meet great people, lots of interesting stories going on around you. And it's just like a very diverse group of people, but it's a lot of fun and it's well worth the wait.
I wasn't expecting to come tonight. I just got asked by a friend and decided kind of after work I'd go.
Do you know what this movie is about tonight?
Yeah, I watched the trailer right before I came, and it looks awesome.
And how badly do you want to see it?
I really want to see it right now.
What would you say if we were to just give you a ticket to go see this film?
I would love it.
Well, we can do just that.
Thank you so much.
This has been another Rush Line Rescue.
I've seen about 30 films. You know, I always find every year you get a few really great ones, some really good ones, and you always end up with a few duds, but that's the way it goes. I have a few favorites. Right now, one is Blancanieves, a Spanish film. It's a black and white silent film that's a retelling of the Snow White fairy tale, but set in 1920 Spain. It's wonderfully melodramatic, with great emotion, beautifully shot. I love Balthazar Kormaker's The Deep.
I love The Deep as well.
Yeah, based on a true story of a fisherman who survived a 6-hour swim in frigid waters and a walk across a volcanic island. Just incredibly moving. Some really great stuff from guys such as Nacho Vigalondo and Simon Rumley. I've also done, I'm doing Tonight's, which is What am I seeing tonight?
Come out and play.
And it's actually based on a very famous 1970s Spanish horror film called Who Could Kill a Child, which was very controversial in its day because of the children in the film. It was very rare to use children in the way that film did at that time, especially in Spain. So I'm very interested to see how the remake handles it, considering we're used to seeing evil children now in film quite a lot.
The director of the motion play, Makinov.
Сейчас я хочу поговорить о своих идеях. Возмущаюсь только от того, что считаю важным. Потому я делаю эти истории ужаса, чтобы напомнить нам, кто это исполнитель. Мы должны вспомнить ограниченных и всеобщих. Я верю в тайну духа, потому я кричу на людей, которые смотрят фотки в Фейсбуке, когда они пойти и выебать кого-то по полной программе. Я ношу маску, потому что через анонимность я могу быть кем хочу. Как один народный писатель сказал, я верю в мою маску. Человек, которого я придумал, это я. Я верю в мой танец.
You want to talk about it for real?
Let's do it.
Okay, you got 60 seconds.
Okay.
On the clock. Are you ready?
I am.
Go.
Okay, when Gus Van Sant got some studio money to remake Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, it was kind of not taken all that well and perceived as kind of a waste of time. The original Who Could Kill a Child is not quite Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, although it really wants to be Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. So doing the same thing for that treatment and not quite having the same actors and not quite having the same editing rhythm, it's a weird experience to watch it back to back, because I really do like the original. This movie, I believe, could be fixed with very judicious trimming to a scene here or a chop there. Maybe just the way the actors carry their decision-making capabilities, because it really does work in the original. But here, you could feel it in the room. It was pretty poison. So I don't know. I really hope people give the original a chance. I mean, all the shenanigans of the mystery director and everything probably did this film no service already, and it just kind of built. I felt like the crowd was a little poisoned. I think the ABC's one is going to be a little more what the crowd wants. Anytime, especially with an anthology where you have 26 films, anytime one's no good, you're going to be like, well, we got another one coming.